This setup has a fatal flaw. Most of the gear you're looking at doesn't actually matter. The secret to how I juggle a 6-figure day job and a filmmaking career isn't in the tech, it's in the psychology of the layout and the subtle design choices that forces my brain to be productive. And today, I will explain it all. But before that, we need a little bit of background to understand why this setup exists in the first place. My name is Han. My main source of income is a 9-to-5 supply chain job where I manage a supply chain that sells to big customers like Walmart. So if I mess up, I probably just lost my company $1 million. And also my job. After turning off my work laptop, I switched to the mind of a filmmaker, developing, scripting, shot listing, filming, editing, and publishing, which is a super relaxing process. So all in all, I spend about 11 hours a day here. My desk, a space where I'm always improving myself as a business leader and tech YouTuber. So sit back and enjoy the show. This isn't just a movie about my setup. This is the art of self-improvement. Have you ever felt like your workplace is actively fighting against you? The solution isn't just better discipline, it's a hard boundary. That's why the L shape is the true foundation of this setup. This side is the command center, but when I physically turn my chair 90 degrees, I'm in a different world, a film studio, a cinematic canvas. Before this, my desk was a single laptop. I would be working on an analytics problem when I realized I couldn't see all the data I needed. And switching between windows every 10 seconds was completely derailing my focus. This monitor array is my ultimate solution. Now you might be asking, is this guy Tony Stark? No, and while that would be awesome, it's about creating a frictionless dashboard for two completely different brains. My supply chain and entire filmmaking workflow lives permanently on these. No compromise, no friction. So how do I manage a system to have both a secure lockdown environment for my day job, but also an unrestricted powerhouse for creative work? It's actually a single device that allows for seamless integration, and I'll show you that in a second. But first, here are the two minds it connects. On the left, we have the business mastermind, a work-issued Dell Precision 5568. It's effective at getting the job done, unless I have one too many Excel sheets open. And to the right is the creative mind, featuring a beautiful Fractal North case that houses an i9 CPU and RTX 4070 GPU. This is an absolute unit for editing and color grading. And effectively integrating the two minds is the Tobin 1 docking station. The dock connects my laptop to all the monitors, and the power switch effectively enables me to seamlessly transition to my PC. And that pretty much sums up my foundation. Without these things, I wouldn't be able to run the business or grow my filmmaking skills to the level that they're at now. Now, having the perfect foundation is one thing, but managing an 11-hour day isn't just in the hardware, it's the system. And my entire productivity system hinges on this simple stack of cards. But before we get there, we have to talk about the centerpiece of my workflow. After an intense day of managing a supply chain, forcing myself to look at another blank page for a script is a direct path to burnout. So my solution was to build a powerful sensory reward into the most fundamental task I have. This is the Geist. Considered the Aston Martin of keyboards, each piece is fully CNC machined aluminum that slots perfectly together like a puzzle. Made by a German company called Geist Machine, it has a gray matte finish paired with a transparent top case which gives a peek into the internals of the keyboard. The sleek T-stand in vulcanite black gives the keyboard a hoverboard aesthetic. Actuating the keystrokes are the Gateron Oil King switches, which all comes together to give this keyboard this creamy sound profile. This keyboard gets me insanely excited to just sit down and work. And that excitement is the ultimate cure for writer's block. Even when I start with zero ideas, The simple joy of typing is enough to get the words flowing, but sometimes I run into a problem. My brain tends to run in a million directions. I'll start on a script, get another video idea, remember a work email, scroll on YouTube, get another email, take a break, and suddenly hours have passed and I've made zero progress on my original goal. I was drowning in good ideas but failing to execute. That's where these Mind Design cards come in. I have been using this task management system for a year now, and it has successfully helped me reach all of my goals so far with the satisfying pen and paper system. The completion of each card signifies another small step towards my ideal future. And that, in short, is my productivity system. In a world of remote work and content creation, your digital presence is your professional presence. My old setup was failing me. Using just a laptop camera and mic was unreliable and often came riddled with connectivity issues. So I upgraded the eyes, ears, and mouth of my setup. The eyes of my setup is the OBSBot Meet SE. It's an AI-powered full HD webcam that's so good that some of the shots you're seeing in this very video weren't filmed on my Sony camera, they were filmed on this. But before I show you which ones, let's run through the specs that make it possible. The OBSBot can record up to 1080p at 100 frames per second, and actually does quite well in low light settings thanks to its dual native ISO capabilities. Another helpful feature is the auto rotate, which kicks in every time you flip the camera. Now, I know the term AI gets thrown around a lot, but the AI on this cam does exactly as advertised. It can auto frame you even if you are moving around and recognizes hand gestures to detect whether to track your movements or not. Priced at $69, this camera is fairly valued against its competitors with its spec range. Overall, it's a super well put together webcam that's perfect for working from home or even for streamers who are just getting started. So which shots did I film using the OBSBot and how did I do it? Actually, all the talking head clips, including this one, was filmed on the OBSBot. This was achieved with the OBSBot software, which enables you to customize the resolution, ISO, temperature, hue, saturation, and pretty much all the adjustments you would use for professional level filming. Overall, the OBSBot is a super useful piece of tech I use daily to communicate business needs to stakeholders and meet with clients. As for the ears and mouth of my setup, they're integrated into a mini setup. For headphones, I've got the Sony XM4s. These still hold up as fantastic headphones that I game and sound design with. The microphone I use, including for what you're listening to right now, is the Fifine K688, a fantastic premium mic at a budget price. And linking these two together is the Arturia Minifuse interface, mounted underneath my desk. What does the color of my light have to do with accomplishing my life's greatest goals? For me, it's everything. Finishing my 9-to-5 and then pivoting straight to filmmaking is incredibly mentally draining. So how can I trick my brain into being calm yet focused? It all starts with 5 specific colors: black, gray, brown, orange, and green. The black and gray are mostly found on the accessories as well as the wall. Brown entails pretty much all of the wood accents and highlights. Orange is a fantastic complementary color to the darker colors that provides for aesthetic backlighting. And finally, all the plants that I have around as well as my monitor wallpaper provide for the greenery, enhancing mood and serenity. But having a color palette is useless without the right light to bring it to life. The biggest challenge with lighting is flexibility. Is there a lighting solution that enables cool lighting for energy and warm lighting for relaxation, all at the control of my fingertips? It's this, the Quintus light bar. The light bar does an amazing job at illuminating my immediate workspace while also preventing any sort of glare from my monitors, and comes with a wireless puck to adjust brightness and temperature right from where I'm sitting. From the lighting to the color scheme to all the peripherals, everything comes seamlessly together to illuminate a space that I am excited to work in. The last piece to complete the vibe of the setup is organization, and my organization solution is simultaneously functional and aesthetic. Organizing the space, and thus my brain, is a combination of the Bololo desk shelf and Grove Made studio pad. An innovative form to desktop organization, The studio pad is made from a combination of cork, metal, felt, and wood. It's a gorgeous accent piece, and yet practical for work. The desk shelf is a premium and cozy system that enables me to store small accessories, mount chargers, and just add more depth to the overall setup. With this space, I have a vision for myself, and I think that's the most important thing. There is no one-size-fits-all setup, but what does matter is whether you are excited to accomplish what you are working towards in your setup. For some people, it requires a minimal style setup. For others, an all-white color scheme. Either way, your setup should have some reflection of who you are and your interests. So when I sit here, looking at this insane project that has gone through constant changes and upgrades, and ask myself, is this a space where I can self-improve? I wholeheartedly answer, yes.